Namaste. So today again we come with Bhagavad Gita, and today we would like to discuss the sixth verse of Bhagavad Gita, sixth verse of Karma Yoga of Bhagavad Gita. So yesterday we were on the fifth verse where Krishna was telling us why he had chosen karma to be the medium of enlightenment or liberation, because we are always involved in karma. Nahi kashchit shanamapi jatu tishtatya karma krit karyate hyavasha karma sarva prakriti jayanai. That is, we are always in the process of karma. There is no time that we are cut off from karma. We are always in the process of karma, and that we are compelled to do these karmas because they are all manifesting through the qualities which comes from the nature. So today Krishna is talking about a different aspect. When he says that we are not, we at no time we are separate from karma. We are unattached from karma. We are always within the system of karma, always. So there is one doubt. A doubt can be raised that what happens if we just, if we just lie down and we don't do anything. That means we are not doing any karma. We don't do anything. We just lie down, and that means is this actionlessness? That we are not doing anything? Everything, the body is at rest and the senses are at rest. We are not using the senses, we are not using the body. That means we are not doing any karma. That means we have attained the state of actionlessness. So this is a doubt. So Krishna here, denies or negates that doubt. So before coming into that particular verse of 6 verse, I'd like to talk about some basic things. Actually, in the start of Bhagavad Gita, if we know about the basics of Vedanta, Upanishads or yoga, if we know the basics, then it is beautiful in the latter part of Bhagavad Gita. When we read the Bhagavad Gita, in the latter part, like from the 8th chapter, 9th chapter, when this devotion, knowledge and all these things comes, so that is absolute bliss. So, in this preliminary chapters, we have to learn something about the grammar also. Something about, what the definitions and all these things. So there are, as we know, that we have senses, like sense organs. So we know that we have 5 sense organs. So these 5 sense organs are our eyes, our nose, our ears, our tongue and the skin. But these 5 sense organs are called Jnanendriya. That is, these are the organs by which we perceive the external world. When I see the external world, I see through my eyes. So my eyes are receiving the information of the external world, how it looks, the form. So this is a sense organ which helps me in perception. So in Sanskrit it is said that this is a Jnanendriya, means with this sense organ I also attain or achieve knowledge of the external world. So then we have these ears. Through these ears we perceive sound. So this is also a Jnanendriya, Jnana, that is knowledge. We are having the knowledge of sound, the vibrations of sounds. Not all, but whatever it can perceive. Then smell. What is the smell in the external world? We can perceive through our nose. How it tastes? How does it taste? So that is through our tongue. And what is the temperature? How does it feel? The temperature. Is it heat or is it cold? So that is through our skin. So these 5 senses are called Gyanendriya. So they are the sense of perception. So there is another senses also, another five sense also, but that is of the body. Like with this Gyanendriya, I am having the perception of the world. Now I react. This is how I perceive this world. Now when I stay in this world, I dwell in this world, I work here, I communicate with people. So, the reaction. So those reactions are also done through another set of senses, which is called Karmendriya. That is the sense of action. And that is why it's called, Karmendriya. That is, you do your actions through these senses. One of them is our hands. Hand. This. Pani. This is called Pani. Okay. Now this one. Speech. Through speech we react. We act. We react. So this is called Vak. Vagendriya. But this is not the sense of perception. This is the sense of action. Bhagendriya, or the speech. Then hands. It's called Pani. Then our legs. It's called Pad. Pada. That is our legs. Then stomach. Stomach, which is called Upastha. And the place from where we excrete the waste material from our body. That is also one of the Karmendriyas, or one of the senses of action. So, these are the 10 senses. So we don't have 5 senses, we actually have 10 senses. 5 sense of perception, that is Gyanendriya, and 5 sense of action, that is Karmendriya. And then these, they have these sense organs. These sense organs, this sense of this sense organs of perception, they have a object. They have objects, like the object of eyes is form. The object of ears is sound. The ears cannot see the form. The ears can only perceive sound. So the object of ears is sound. The object of nose is smell. The object of tongue is taste. And the object of skin is temperature, heat and cold. Okay, so these are objects, sense objects. So when we talk about sense objects, so these are the sense objects. So you have to, remember this. Sense objects means what? Sense objects does not mean objects of the external world. Sense objects means those objects which are perceived by the respective senses. Eyes have got their own set of sense or objects. In the same way, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. So these are called sense objects. Now, when there was a confusion which was raised, like, okay, if we do not do anything, if we just rest our sense of perception and sense of action, that is our Gyanendriya and our Karmendriyas are in absolute rest. So that means if we can bring the Karmendriyas and Gyanendriyas into absolute rest, that means we have attained that state of actionlessness. We have attained the state of yoga, supreme yoga, where we have, where we have mingled with the super conscious state or the super consciousness. So, this was one doubt. So Krishna is negating this doubt. Is negating this doubt by this verse. So, we are going to the 6th verse. Sri Bhagavan Vacha. In the 6th verse, he says, Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran it indriyarthan vimuratma mithyachara sa uchyate. So this is the 6th verse. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran. One who has controlled the sense objects, or not the sense organs. One who has controlled the sense organs, like these 10 sense organs. These 10 sense organs, I have controlled them. They are not working, they are in rest. I'm lying down in absolute rest. I don't have any activity, any external activity. So that means I am in the state of, actionlessness. But Krishna says no. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran. But though your organs of action and organs of perception are in absolute rest, but you have a mind. You have a mind and you are thinking. Manasa smaran. You are thinking about your thoughts. This thought process is there, so that is your karma. Your karma is not only the karma that you do with your body. No, that is not your karma. Whatever whatever karmas, whatever actions you do in your physical plane, that is not only your karma. Your karma is also the thoughts that is going on within you, in your foreground as well as in the background of the mind. We say the back of the mind. That is, in the back of the mind also there is these thoughts which are going on. Also in the when we are aware of our thoughts, there are some thoughts we are always aware of, and there are some thoughts which are always happening continuously at the back of our mind. Means it's happening without our control. There is no control. We are not doing it, but it's happening. So even if you are controlling your senses and maintaining a stillness of your physical plane, but your mind is always in action, because you are always thinking about your thoughts, you are always remembering your thoughts. Karmendriyani sanyamya ya aste manasa smaran. You are thinking, you are remembering about your thoughts, about your mind. Indriyarthan vimuratma. And these thoughts, what these thoughts are doing? These thoughts are relishing subtly. They are in a state of subtle relishment of your objects of organs. Like, I want to see something, I like to see something. My eyes are closed, but I am looking at it through the eyes of my mind. I want to hear something, but I don't have that in front of me. I cannot listen it now. But since I have already have the experience of listening that, so I can listen it. I can listen it from my memory, from my mind. So that is what I am doing. Indriyarthan Vimuratma. My thoughts are relishing subtly all the objects of my organs. So that is why it makes me, if I think that I am not doing anything, by not, by restraining my external senses, if I think that I am in the state of actionlessness, I am in the state of yoga, I am a Vimuratma, I am a fool. You are fooling yourself. Yoga means absolute dissolution of external and internal world. When these two worlds, external and internal world, both dissolves into the ocean of consciousness, into oneness, where there is no process of seeing, perceiving, knowing. When this knower, known, and knowing, knower, when the knower is not there, when the known is not there, and also when knowing is also not there. So when these three becomes one, unity, that is called yoga. Only externally, physical restraint is not yoga. So Indriyarthan Vimuratma, you are relishing your mind, you're relishing yourself with your mind, you're relishing the sense objects with your mind, and you're thinking that you are in yoga, and that is why you are a fool. Indriyarthan Vimuratma Mithyachara Samchate, and it is said that you are doing falsehood. You're doing corruption. It's not religion, it's not dharma. It's not dharma. It is adharma, it is corruption. It's false. So we have to learn to restrain our